the last 3 weeks, I have been working on a top secret game for a game jam. Now, here at SBF Studios, the budget is limited, so the entire game jam, the whole competition was created by the one and only me. It was me. Let me explain. When I created it, I have been struggling to learn Unreal for about 3 months, so my experience was little to none. With some past game jams failing, I want to ask if you need transport or not. Why would I need transport? Well, that's because the game jam was held physically in the other side of my country. I wanted to compete with my brother for 100 Romanian lei, or 20 bucks. Small problem, he doesn't know game dev, so after a few discussions with my mother, I ended up with making a video game and him a drawing. It's been like a week from when I had the talk with my mother, the game jam moderator. I'm coming home from the gym when I get a mysterious call. The theme is the eruption of a volcano. I rush home and I tell my brother Team 2. Now that the competition started, let's get to it. The theme was pretty fun and unique, but I found it hard to make it into a playable experience. First, I thought it would be cool to make a parkour game with many levels on a volcano, and in retrospective, I probably should have done that because after 2 showers, 2 shawarmas, and 4 diarrheas after those shawarmas, I came up with the following idea. You are the father of a family that's in huge debt. One night, a murderer comes into the house and you have to save your family by finding items and making some decisions. How does this have to do with the volcano, you may ask? Well, I'm not gonna tell you. I wish I could release this game one day, and that would be massive spoilers for basically the entire story of the game. So just enjoy the rest of the painful game dev process. If you want to see the volcano I made though, well, here it is. Here it is on the second map too. Now, I was also planning for the game to slightly change with the decisions you make, but this will end up costing me a lot of time and making me have to submit the game in the last seconds. Stay tuned. Well, for this game concept I had to come up with a script, and I did just that. I then put the main mechanics together, subtitles with input, and interaction mainly. I proceeded to remake the script. I made 2 maps, a volcano, and then I needed a house. I ended up grabbing a modular house asset pack which worked pretty well, and it also helped me with the mechanics. I'll link it in the description for anyone that's interested. I then modified the house to match my needs. I also had to modify the script because of that. And last main thing I did was grab some sounds of a Freesound and my other projects and improve the flow of the game. Oh, I did not tell you how long I had. Well, you probably saw it in the title. I had 3 weeks. I'm saying this because this was my first week gone. Time passes quickly, huh? Huh? When am I gonna finish the rest of the game? I'll tell you when. After like 4 months. No. In those 4 months I did not work on the game. I actually finished it in 3 weeks. Wonder why we put a stop to the competition for this long of a time? That's because we couldn't work during school. So I developed the game for a week and then I put it down for 4 months. Cool. Anyway, after not seeing my project for 4 months, I quickly looked around and realized I was fucked if I didn't start working on it at full speed. 2 weeks ain't that long of a time, so for the next 2 weeks I was going to do my best. Day 1 of those 2 weeks. I improved the choosing mechanic, I optimized the game a little, and I made the map mechanic. On day 2, I put most mechanics in, both for main missions and for side missions. Yes, side missions. On day 3, I polished the main and secondary mechanics. Now all the main game mechanics were in place, except for one which I'll start to work on tomorrow. I added some sounds and collected some music. And then I slightly remade the script for like the 100th time at this point. On day 4, I created some of the nodes used for the main quests, and then I finally got to the most important mechanic of the game. I created the phone and developed half of the logic for it. On day 5, I continued developing the phone for the entire day. On day 6, I created more nodes for main quests and also created some random other nodes you can find in the game. And then I finally finished the phone logic. Wonder why that took so long? Well, this phone contains all the logic for what happens in the playthrough. This phone chooses the path for the player, and this phone plays the dialogue required to progress. This one also holds all the variables for everything. The hardest part was probably this. At the end of the game, judging by who is dead or not, and who is safe or not, the player has a minimum of 0 people left to save and a maximum of 2. Judging by all his decisions, I had to put in order every call for each scenario. Fabian first, the son, Maria second, the wife, and Laura last, the daughter. And if either one of them was dead, I had to move the others up a position. For the ones that are curious, I ended up separating this part of the game and calling it part 2, for my brain not to crash when I have to think about all the scenarios possible. When a call in part 2 is triggered, we have a variable that keeps track of the calls and chooses which call should be played. Now to the who calls logic, I have an array with 4 indexes. Remember when I said the maximum call number is 2? Each call has a get, do something call, and then a thanks call. So in total, the maximum number of calls will be 4 plus the final call. When I know the next call will be the first in the second section of the game, I set this array to tell this function what the order is. Now, what smart system do I create to set the array? Well, I set it manually, for every case possible, yes. I feel I talked about this phone enough. All I want to say is that now the main mechanic is done. For the rest of the day, I just rested. On day 7, I finished all the optional stuff, I remade the script, hopefully for the final time, and I prepared it for the voice actors. On day 8, I created the main menu, I fixed a few bugs, and with a few I mean only one, and I added another map for the good ending, and added a helicopter for it. I then packaged the game like 100 times to do some heavy testing. On day 9, I found a game-breaking crashing bug, and I tried fixing it, and I really failed at doing that. But also on day 9 I recorded Fabian's voice lines with my cousin. On day 10 I tried fixing the bug again, and I failed again. And not gonna lie, it started getting to me. The game was unplayable as it would just crash randomly. Then I optimized the game more, I added settings, and I added loading screens. All of these were optimizations I wasn't planning on doing, but I tried fixing the bug with them. Then on day 11 I was sick. Yes, I was sick for the whole day. My dad made some Italian meatballs that day and I liked them, so I ate one. And then another one. And then another one. And then I guess you got the point. I really don't know why my stomach did not appreciate me eating like 20 meatballs. Either way, next day I felt better and I continued development. Day 12. I recorded Laura's voice lines with my brother. Yes, brother, not sister. I did some of the voice lines I recorded so far and the subtitles for them. Also, I found out that an immense light that wasn't even lighting much had caused the problems. I 360 no-scoped it into oblivion and I finally had a well-optimized game. On day 13 and day 14, I recorded Maria's voice lines with my mother, I implemented everything else, and I finished the game. Wait, weren't I supposed to create a dinner scene? Well, with 10 minutes left on the clock, I ended up creating this abomination. I submitted the game, and on the following day, I made a trailer that is also on my channel. And you can go watch afterwards. Now, let's see the results. Wait, before I show you the results, I have to tell you how my parents' experience with the game went. Well, my mother doesn't know how to play video games, so I had my dad on the controls. And because I have no speakers, my mom held the headphones. Also, something else important to mention is that they played the game in Unreal. Yes, in the actual engine. They did not play the package project because it kept crashing. I have no idea why. I don't know if something corrupted, but either way, from there on they saved everyone and they got the training. Also, my brother did 2 drawings that you might have seen here in the back. They are also on screen right now. And yes, he also voiced Laura in the game. Anyway, back to the results. For your game, I did not like the fact that it froze. I also did not like my acting. I did like the creativity. For your brother's drawings, I did not like that they were linear, whatever that would mean. But I did like the color combination. And the winner? Your brother, because he's younger and he needs encouragement. I mean, what were you really expecting? But there's a twist. That was my mom's decision. My dad actually voted for me. So after all, with 50-50 votes, we decided to split. I want to thank my brother for joining this challenge, and I also want to thank my parents for moderating. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you had fun watching it. Please subscribe if you did. I would like to continue development on this game, so if you liked the concept, go wishlist it on itch.io. Just open up its page, that will be in the description, and add it to your collection. Either way, thank you for watching. The announcement trailer is live on my channel right now, if you want a deeper look into my game, and as always, see you next time.